Hey guys, I did my internship at Johnson & Hayes Physical Therapist in Madison. They have three locations, Huntsville, Madison, and they just opened one in Franklin, Tennessee. Everyone there is warm and welcoming and so much fun. They're like one giant family. I observed Dr. Allison Stanford. Love Allison. She was so much fun to work with this summer. And but they let me, observe whoever I wanted to observe. Sometimes they would call me over if they had an interesting patient. It was just really fun. So the project I did was actually chosen by Dr. Megan Miller, and I took surgery protocols and turned them into week one post-op home exercise programs for the patients to do. And we chose this because it'll help the therapist speed up the process of handing out their home exercise programs to their patients. And it was also educational for me to understand how to read the protocol and translate it into home exercises for that. So I had some protocols. These were my upper body protocols. I did a subacromial decompression, SAD, which is just a shoulder cleanup, and then a rotator cuff repair, medium to large tear. So this is what the protocol looks like. And the subacromial decompression actually has precautions on it, so like things the patient should avoid doing. And then these are broken down into either weeks or days, and they've got things like goals, range of motion allowed per week, strengthening exercises per week, how they can decrease their pain that week, whether it's eyes, anti-inflammatory medications, or modalities. And so that's my upper body ones. For lower body, I had two different kinds of ACL repairs. I had an ACL from part of the hamstring taken out, and then an ACL from the PTG, which is in the knee area. And then I had a total knee replacement, and they look similar to the upper body ones. The knee actually has goals on it for each phase, and all of the lower body ones have, how much weight bearing they're allowed to do, what kind of range of motion, kind of exercises, what kind of muscle stimulation they're allowed to have, how much they should be icing and elevating during that phase. And then I had a non-surgery case of low back pain, and Allison just simply told me to work on core strength and hamstring stretches. So once I read over those protocols, they're pretty easy to interpret, especially since all I had to do was look at week one, how much range of motion they're allowed to do, and what type of exercises they're allowed to do at the moment. I made an account on hep2go.com. Anyone can make an account. It's free. You don't have to be a physical therapist to do it. This is what your homepage looks like. So then, when you want to build an account, you can either click the exercise button, or you can search for one. I find it a lot easier to search for one because they have so many different exercise options. It's a little overwhelming. So I'll show you an example. So like, let's take this total knee. So I'm gonna look at the total knee for week one, and I'm gonna look at the exercises. There's about 8 different exercises they're allowed to do. So I'll search quad sets. Quad sets is always good. I've seen quad sets, I believe, every time I've gone in to observe. So I'm gonna search quad sets up here at the top, and then load. And it's going to show you all sorts of different ways you can do quad sets. Quad sets has about 4 different pages of how you can do it. So when you find what you like, you're going to click on it, and it's going to bring you to this page. So then, you can adjust the instructions, so if they're limited on how far they can bend the knee. So like right now during day 1 and 2 of total knee, they can only go to 70 degrees. So, you would show them in the clinic how far that is, and if it hurts, stop before that. And then you can do reps, sets, how much you want them to hold it, and then how many times per day or week or however. Then you're going to click the button that says add to hep. So then you go to search for your next exercise. And another one I see on the total knee protocol is ankle pumps. So I will search ankle pumps if my Wi-Fi will work. So ankle pumps, then you'll get the same thing. You'll do the same stuff. And then once you see that there's this black bar down here, once you see that it's full of the exercises you want, you're going to go over and click the check mark. And a good number of exercises sent home with your patient is 3 to 5. One, to not overwhelm them. Obviously, especially on week 1, you don't want them to be overwhelmed. And it ensures that they're not tiring out so they can keep proper form, get in the habit of doing these exercises to strengthen muscles. So then once you get where you need to be, you'll get to like a screen and it's got your program ready to go. You can edit if you need to. If you're like, oh, I want to up that, to 3 sets, you can fix that. And then you can print it out. You can email it to yourself. I really like emailing it to myself because they send you a link, and with the link they send you a code. So like if you created this total knee one, a month ago, and you still have the email and the code, you can still pull it up. It's still there, ready to go. Then after that, I made all my fun protocols, or not protocols, programs, sorry about that. And I printed them out and I brought them to Allison. And Allison took them home and, as you can see, marked them up nice for me so I can see where I went wrong or if something was too advanced. So my lower body programs were definitely better. I understand lower body injuries better than the upper body injuries, which Allison says she still does the same, so we'll just work with that. So, like this rotator cuff repair program, she told me that, she doesn't like training this, or that, so especially with these rotations, you have shoulder patients do a lot. If you have them laying, supine and you're just wanting them to raise their arms, and they're not going to understand this. So it's easier, to tell them to use like a broom, a cane, something they can hold on to and still do the correct motion. So we talked through all this. She told me, make sure you add, how far they're allowed to bend the knee on this one. So like this one was just to 90 degrees for ACL PTG. And then I came home and I took all those wonderful comments that Alice said, and I made them into these nice new ones with correct exercises, everything. So now I have photocopied them. They're ready to go. They're organized by, lower body ACL, lower body knee, upper body, shoulder. So then, if Allison has a patient, or anybody in the clinic really has a patient come in with an ACL PTG repair, they can just go over to the little cabin area, pull this out. It's ready to go because as of right now, they're each sitting down, going into HEP, typing each individual exercise in, and making a complete one from scratch. This way, once they pull it out, if they're like, oh, my patient can do, 2 sets of heel slides, they're doing great. They can just mark out, 1 set and put 2. Makes it easier so they don't have to start from scratch. If I could change the project, I would maybe add a couple more complicated surgeries in, or just focus on one portion of the body. Maybe I have just done upper because obviously I need to work on upper body. I got to work on understanding it better and how moves, and why maybe one exercise doesn't work for one thing but works for this one. For more complicated surgery, I'd say maybe something with like the brachial plexus, which is in this region. And I saw a patient with that. It was really cool to see the nerves waking up after a few weeks and seeing how his arm was coming back. He could start feeling it and moving it more. But yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. I learned a lot. I enjoyed it. And now I have a new cool go-to website, hep2go.com. So that's my project. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks.